Words. It's the 4th of July. Mom says porn and no one's shocked. For the sake of her marriage, her daughter-in-law better drop the prissy stuff. Words kiss whomever and whatever they meet, so says a noble savage I made up. Sometimes I'd have been better off if words had failed me. The time I told the whole town, via radio, a fellow piano pupil smelled like a girl. The time I told my 5th grade buddy our friendship was a psych experiment. We were circling on 10-speed steeds, while birds we deliberately mistook for bats attacked the trees. Around then I learned precocious from Mary Poppins, and cringed at the space between RP and a hokey American Cockney. Today, looking out on Glenrock Avenue, vaguely thinking of the Flintstones, I'm surprised to see local rubbish service painted on the side of a truck. Sanitation worker reminds me of Memphis, a motel balcony, a cigarette that couldn't hold its smoke, a gun that wouldn't hold its bullets. He was a master of words. He lifted them as the athletic arms of the garbage truck lift, empty, light in the dumpster. You, standing before me, what shall I call you? My mother says partner. It makes us sound like a business. My father says mate, like animals or socks. I prefer sodomite. It implies a homeland. In your language, there's no word for heartburn. In your language, there's a word for meat smell. French has a word for a man who has lost one arm, and a word for a man who has lost one eye. Francophones use a single verb, where Anglophones have a hard-on, a boner, a chubby. Still the pleasure, the torture of a Frenchman's erection are no greater and no more concise than mine.
Well, I should have seen right from the start, from the jet lag, when you said hello, in your heart you were packing your bags. When your eyes were blind, well, your arms were aware, and they wrapped around me like a golden stare. Up or down, it was all the same. Bliss of angels or bliss of the flame. We went down a long, long road without rebuff. Some will say we went too far and some not far enough. Now it's pride for pride, and it's hard to say just who's in debt. With our highest stakes, we were bound to lay spiritual bets. We had a Catholic hunger for the faith of the streets, alleys of God with sainthood replete. I stormed the heavens like an angel gone wild, and you thundered on earth like the devil's child. We went down a long, long road without rebuff. Some will say we went too far and some not far enough. Now where I was straight, you were bent like the arc of a bow. And where I was bent, you were straight and would barely go. We went to a land where the serpent turns kind, and the gates are guarded by the all-knowing blind. Yes, we went into an exile's land, where meteors rain down hand in hand on infinite sand. We went down a long, long road without rebuff. Some will say we went too far and some not far enough.